I call the member for Ryde.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker, and I want to thank the member for Vaucluse for bringing this important motion, because I think it is important. I've said many times in this place since my election that I've been frustrated with the lack of vision that comes from those opposite. I always feel like the vision is for something in the far distance, but of course it's the distance behind. It's the rear vision mirror vision, and I just don't think that's what the people of New South Wales expect. I'm glad that the member for Riverstone spoke about people owning up and taking credit for the failures, because at its core, that's what this motion is about. It was about the delays that were associated with the Metro and its opening. And in my electorate, there's a bus, and I'm glad that the Parliamentary Secretary is here, the 259 bus in Macquarie Park. It was part of the timetable changes which were announced by the government. The whole premise of the timetable change was that you can trust us, it will work because the Metro will be there to save you. And what happened was the Metro didn't open, but the buses were cancelled anyway. The timetable changes took effect anyway. So if anybody's going to talk about who's to blame and mistakes, then it is you who have made such an obvious error when it came to the opening of this Metro. And people in my electorate, a Liberal seat, the member for Riverstone, were those that missed out. But of course, I think it goes further to this staunch defence of unions that we're seeing from the government, because I've listened to the member for Coogee speak ad nauseum about the unions and the defence and the protection racket, which is very typical. But it's particularly interesting to see them be so critical of us for talking about funding this project, because of course it was funded under the Liberal National Coalition government, and for the member for Coogee to stand there and to say it is inappropriate and incorrect to say that it was funded by us, well, let's apply that logic to them. Mark my words, it wouldn't be appropriate for them to stand up in this chamber in the future and take credit for increasing wages for nurses, for increasing wages for police officers, for teachers, for other public sector workers, because by that same logic, Mr Speaker, the very people that have funded this are of course taxpayers, not the government, so it wouldn't be right for them to pat themselves on the back. Now, I'm speaking, of course, to the substance of the motion. So this motion, but anyway, I digress. I came up here planning to talk more about Metro, and we got railroaded by unions. So I want to talk about vision and the positivity of the Metro, because in my electorate in Ryde we saw part of the earlier benefit of the Metro transformation, and the introduction of the North West runs right through, and it has really been a lifesaver for the Macquarie Park precinct. It's one of the largest commercial districts in the state. In fact, it's the 6th largest, on track to be the 4th by the end of the decade. Part of what is driving that success and that progress in that area is the marvel of Sydney Metro. Seeing people being able to commute from within the local area, from the northwest, from all different parts of Sydney, into turning that commercial hub into the vibrant, beautiful place that it is. And we need to see more of that. And I'm frustrated that members opposite are trying to chastise members who may not have a Metro station in their electorate, because it's not about that sort of narrow vision. It's about what's good for the whole of the state. And places like Macquarie Park that benefit from Metro is also good for people in your electorate, member for Riverstone, because I would hazard that there are people that travel to my electorate from yours on Metro and can take advantage of those marvellous creations. So I think that it is really important that we have a bigger, more futuristic, higher level focus and vision. Get out of the rear vision mirror focus and think about uplifting all people in the state, all people in the city, because that's what Sydney Metro is about. And I think it is important that we do recognise that it would not have happened had you been in government, because at all stages along the way it was opposed. It was opposed in my electorate, it was opposed in your electorates, it was opposed at the beginning of this term. Thank God that it was already too far gone.